Let's look at Ormat Technologies. First off, read this disclaimer carefully. And do your good deed of the day by liking and subscribing. So we have a theme here in the Megatrends called eco-friendly energy. So 71-ish% here from the 52-week low. And so they are beating the S&P 500, but we have seen a very substantial correction. Ormat Technologies, they are in the geothermal business. At 21% here from the low, minus 47% pullback. So here is the company's website, powered by nature, harnessed by us. So geothermal power, waste heat reg, and energy storage. So yeah, they have a very nice and informative website here with like nice animations. Here's the latest news. So let's jump into the chart. So this is the big picture. So these are weekly data points and all the data we have here. So the key thing happening at the moment, that is this red 200-week moving average. So it has a decent history here of offering support, and we are vigorously testing that moving average again. The but is that it can also become relatively strong resistance. So it's a pretty big deal that this holds. So far we are testing it a bit vigorously. The more you test a support level, the higher the risk that it's going to break, because the primary expectation when we reach support is that the bulls are going to buy, because the bulls have been buying that support level in the past. And we have seen a very substantial correction. Given the other data we will go through, the odds are pushed in favor of support holding. But the bulls can't dilly-dally too much either. Okay, so let's look at some of the other data. So here are the daily data points, and we are below a lot of moving averages. Yeah, I think another bullish argument we could make is that there is horizontal support at the current level. Looking here at the MACD weekly, we do see that we did get a bit of a buy signal here. When we zoom out a bit, looking here at the distance from the green 50-week moving average, you see that historically there's a tendency for this distance to form lows. So that's more of a bullish point. If we go here to the daily data points, then we do see that there's a bit of a bullish divergence here between accumulation, distribution, and price action. Okay, so but let's explore additional data. So we go here to seasonality. So over the last 5 years, there's been substantial strengthening from September into November. That would be supportive of a bullish thesis. Over the last 10 years, September to October, massive increase in strength. And over the last 18 years, October is one of the stronger months. And November and December on average tend to produce gains. Here is Finviz. They draw a multiple bottom pattern here. That's bullish. When we look at the current stock price vis-a-vis the price targets, it's a bit mixed. But if we look here at JP Morgan, which is one of the biggest, the big names, they have an $86 price target, and that implies a 26% upside, which would be bullish. SAX, number 3 hold, C value, F growth, but B momentum. So the style scores are quite mixed, but C value, it does suggest that the correction has been significant. Dividend, 0.70%, so not that much in terms of dividend, but interestingly, you do have a pretty low beta, only 0.32, and the beta for the market is 1, so yeah. I think that this is a very interesting theme for sure. I think that Ormat is a pretty interesting company within the theme, because there's very few geothermal pure plays out there. So yeah, we have seen a very substantial correction. It's about buying low and selling high. So we have moving average support, we have horizontal support, we have value here, and there's some dividend. Seasonality is promising, so the stars are aligned here for Ormat, and the data is quite clearly supportive of a bullish thesis. The key thing is to have some stop in place no matter what, because the data we have looked at definitively supports a bullish take. The challenge would be the data that isn't publicly known. Is there some reason why, given all the positives that we have highlighted, that we have not seen the bulls rally yet? We have seen here in the past, like here, and here, that the bulls can go on a pretty strong rally. And this obviously was very, very aggressively bullish, but then it reverted very quickly. And that's also a bit of a lesson too, because there's many stock charts and commodity charts that look like this right here and right now. But then this can happen. Almost a complete retracement of the rally. So if we play a bit with the percentage tool here, so let's say that you bought here. So this would be a minus 12% loss. That is a bit too much. So it would be better actually to then just find another opportunity to go long. And up to this height, you would have a 112%. But if you didn't use any kind of stop, then you could now be sitting with around 13%. So you can see how one thing is to have a signal, let's say, the 200-week moving average. Another thing is to manage your positions. And then you quite clearly saw how there can be this huge percentage gain differences dependent on not the signal as such, getting above or using, the 200-week moving average as support. The key thing was, frankly, to manage your position. So yeah, I think that's super important, because it's very easy to get tied up deeply into the technicals and the fundamentals and seasonality and stuff like that. But the most important thing of all is to manage your positions. That is what really determines the gain or loss.